Starting off, we battle Ty in front of the third gym in the Raincore region. Him and his all evolutions team. We ice beam the Leafeon and then switch into Infernape to deal with the incoming Umbreon. We drain punch straight away. It is a 2-hit KO. He mean looks us, trapping us in battle. Umbreon goes down, and we realize we can just stay in because it's a Glaceon. So I go for the Flamethrower, which does half. It mirror coats and almost takes us out. I go for the next Drain Punch to get some health back. It sends out Vaporeon next, which I send in my Sceptile. Go for the Giga Drain, critical hit, and 1-hit KO the Vaporeon. It sends in a Jolteon next. Since Grass resists electric type, I stay in, and I just Giga Drain all the way until I beat the Jolteon. I get paralyzed a couple times, like 2 times in a row there, but for some reason it just keeps on using agility even though I'm paralyzed and already slower anyway. So I just Giga Drain all my health back. It Signal Beams, doing half damage, but we bring it back in the red again. It does Thunder, which I resist, and we take down the Jolteon. His last Pokemon is a Flareon, so we send out our Aerodactyl, and with a couple Rock Slides, 2 Rock Slides, that thing goes down pretty easily, and we beat Ty once again. Now, taking on the third gym leader. Her name is Sora. She says she leads with an Alakazam. I go with Shadow Ball. A Psychic almost kills me, which is a bit sad. And Shadow Ball is a 2-hit KO, so Frostlass is basically going down. I switch into Frog to take the next attack, but it Thunder Waves for some reason. I don't know why, but it goes for the Thunder Wave. I Dark Pulse Alakazam, and it goes down. Next Pokemon is Gallade, and I switch into my Aerodactyl to Rocky Helmet Brave Bird. That Aerodactyl, Gallade down. Gallade goes down. Next Pokemon is in fact Slowking. Slowking comes out. I switch in my Paralyzed Greninja for some Dark type stab damage. Dark Pulse is a 2-hit KO. Leftovers here doesn't matter. I resist the Scald, and I get paralyzed unfortunately, so I can't move, and the Slowking takes me out. I switch in my Jirachi to do Thunderbolt damage, and it's just 2 more hits, but it slacks off and goes back to almost full HP. I Thunderbolt again, it Psychics me, I resist it, Thunderbolt again, leaving it with a slither of health, and basically he full restores, or she full restores. I go for the Thunderbolt again. This time I get the Paralysis, which is pretty neat. Get it down to yellow again. We resist all of the Slowking's attack, so that's probably like a plus point. Almost kill it again. It gets paralyzed, and as predicted, he goes for the full restore. Once again, I Thunderbolt. It's basically a 3-hit KO, so it slacks off again, leaving us just to keep Thunderbolting until we finish off the Slowbro. It starts Calm Minding, which is a bit scary, but it doesn't matter. One more Thunderbolt later, we take down the Slowking. It Calm Minds again, living, but as we say, the Slowking goes down. We switch into our Infernape to deal with the Delphox. I fake it out and then switch it out to Aerodactyl. It goes for the Calm Mind, which is a bit scary, but we go for the Earthquake. I should have gone for Rock Slide, but I went for the Earthquake instead. And it's Shadow Ball, so since we're faster, we move first and take down the Delphox before further damage. Infernape grows to level 79. She has a shiny Gardevoir, so I Earthquake it because it doesn't have the best physical defense. It Moon Blasts us and we go down. I send in my Infernape, go for the Fake Out damage, bring it to red health. It's at red health now. I go for the Flamethrower. I realized I shouldn't have faked out because it basically brings the health to red and the AI chooses the heal, so I shouldn't have faked out, but nonetheless, I just keep on flamethrowing the Gardevoir until it is back to yellow health. It Calm Minds again for some reason, so I think that's his second Calm Mind. Flamethrower again, the third Calm Mind comes. Just about the health goes to yellow, so she doesn't heal, but she Psychics us in retaliation, and Infernape goes down. I send in our Sceptile, and I go for the Leech Seed because I thought she would heal, but she actually doesn't. Leech Seed barely fails to KO. I go for the Toxic to guarantee the KO. It magic bounces onto me or synchronizes back onto me. I bring out Starfire once again, and Gardevoir this time will go down. Her last Pokemon is also a Jirachi, so it's a Jirachi versus Jirachi battle. I don't really have anything that can hit the Jirachi, so we're stuck with just hitting the thing with Thunderbolts over and over again. We revive Infernape back to health, and we Flamethrower the Jirachi to take it down. The third gym is done, and she stamps our Rancor ticket so we can access the next aisle. She also gives us the Calm Mind TM, which is going to be useful if I decide to use it. I mean, basically all the Pokemon are two-hitting me now, so I don't think setting up is a good strat, but we shall see. Pius informs us that he knows where Regina has gone. It's actually the Kolo Isle, the previous island that we were on. So we return back to Kolo Isle, and there's a literal hole in the ground. So we enter that to enter Mount Frozone, and we get to the end where Regina stops us. She wants the Articuno for herself, so she challenges us to a battle. This is probably the easiest battle I've had since entering this region, because this region has given me some really difficult battles and just stalling with potions, but this battle with her was the easiest battle I had to date. Take out the Zoroark. I switch into Aerodactyl to deal with the Ho-Oh. One Rock Slide later, 4 times super effective, Ho-Oh goes down. In comes the Absol. I switch into my fighting type once again. I go for the Fake Out and then Drain Punch, which takes down the Absol. Next Pokemon is Moltres. I switch back into Aerodactyl for another Rock Slide similar to the Ho-Oh. Moltres goes down. It goes for Endure, but we missed the Rock Slide anyway, so the Endure was basically pretty useless. We beat Regina, and Articuno is summoned. Articuno is like, thanks man. Using the Pokecom, of course, we can understand what Articuno does. Pius comes in and then injures the Articuno, and since there's a great imbalance with the legendary trio, it summons Lugia. Lugia's pretty pissed, but Pius, like everyone else in this game, just Master Balls the legendary and catches the Lugia. So now he challenges Regina to a battle at the peaks of Alpha. So knowing Regina's arrogance, she will probably take up this challenge, and she uses Ho-Oh to fly. Henry comes to us and we explain to him what happened with Lugia and Articuno. Henry, we also explain to him about Regina and Pius. Pius is actually pretty evil. I don't know who to trust anymore, Henry, Regina, or Pius.